So let's talk about the Battle of the Atlantic. Now, the Battle of the Atlantic is going to be launched by the Germans, and this is going to be done to keep the United Kingdom from getting supplies from the New World, okay, from North and South America. As we've already talked about previously, understand that after France and the high countries or low countries are going to fall, the United Kingdom is going to be pretty much alone and isolated. So the only way they're getting any resources is coming from Canada and is coming from the United States. So the Germans want to cut this off, so they're going to launch the Battle of the Atlantic to keep these supplies from reaching the United Kingdom. The British, though, are determined to withstand the pressure, okay? They are going to keep going. They're going to keep calm. They're going to carry on, and they're going to make sure that this is not going to happen. They're going to make sure they do not get cut off and isolated, because they realize if this happens, they will fall. Canada is going to be critical to the British survival at this time period, as I've already talked about as well, understanding the significance of the Canadian Navy when it comes to getting the shipping across the Atlantic, those convoys. But Canada is really going to be the reason that Britain survives, in all honesty. The United Kingdom probably would have been taken over by the Germans if it was not for the Canadians. There's going to be a rapid modernization of the Canadian Navy as well, because they need escort ships. They need to make sure they have the ships available to get their cargo across the Atlantic over to the United Kingdom, because it's got to get there. It's got to get there quick. So they're going to massively and incredibly quickly modernize their Navy to make sure that they have the resources that they need to get their shipping to the United Kingdom. Now, keep going. The Battle of the Gulf of the Atlantic. Now, this is going to be part of the larger Battle of the Atlantic. This is happening when there are German submarines harassing shipping on the St. Lawrence River. Now, the St. Lawrence River is going to be the main shipping way from Montreal. This is in French-speaking Canada, so understand some of the differences right through there. But this is going to be a major port. Okay, this is a major way where shipping and materials from Canada are leaving to go over to the United Kingdom. So the Germans are going to go into the St. Lawrence River in the Gulf of the Atlantic right here, and they're going to start messing with Canadian shipping. They're going to be effective to the point of stopping a quarter of all goods from actually entering the United Kingdom, which might not seem like a lot, but that's a lot of money that is just getting sunk right there in the ocean. It's a lot of interference. It's really harming the British economy even more so. It's also harming the Canadians because they're trying to ship stuff out and they can't do it. Also, their ships are getting sunk, which is not going to make anyone happy. Then we're going to get the Atlantic Convoy Conference in March of 1943. The goal of this was to simply figure out how can we be more efficient when it comes to these convoys? How can we make sure that, one, we're not wasting materials that we don't need to be wasting, because we're in the middle of a major war. We need to be conserving whatever we can. Number two, how do we make sure the Germans stop sinking our ships? Because this is really not okay. We don't like this. It's not good. We've got to stop it. This is going to be a conference held between the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada. At this conference, they're going to establish a command system in Nova Scotia. This is going to be stating as well that Canada is going to be patrolling all the waters north of New York City. So this is going to be American waters that the Canadians are allowed to go through and to patrol to make sure that no German subs are going to be in that water interfering with any of the trade. This is going to be significant as well because it's going to show the relations between the United States and Canada, how they are improving right through here. It's also going to be showing how Canada is really okay when it comes to holding their own weight. This is also going to establish Canada as a junior member of the Grand Alliance. So the Grand Alliance, the United States, the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, the big three right through here. Canada's a part of that as well, but they're going to be a junior member. So they're not quite as important, don't have quite as much say as, say, Stalin, Roosevelt, or Churchill. However, they still got a decent amount of power, and they're going to be involved heavily in what's going on. Lastly, you can see right here, this is just examples of some of the different Canadian engagements during the war. Okay, we're going to see D-Day and the Battle of Normandy, Dieppe right through here. I think I pronounced that right. The Battle of the Scheldt, Italy, and then Hong Kong as well. Explaining kind of the different things that happened in these individual battles. You'll see this in your textbook as well. So do understand some of the engagements of the Canadian military during World War II. If you have any questions, comments, please put it down below. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Good luck.